Mythology has always been prudent in certain cultures around the world, as a way of showing how their nations have come into being. The legends that people believed about the local areas in order to distract them from the actual tending to be more grim reality that existed. In Danish folklore, a valravn is a supernatural raven. Those ravens appear in traditional Danish folksongs, where they are described as originating from ravens who consume the bodies of the dead on the battlefield, as capable of turning into the form of a knight after consuming the heart of a child, and, alternately, as half-wolf and half-raven creatures. The name valravn comes from the Old Norse words valr, which means raven, and hrafen, which means corpses or ravens. According to legend, valravn is a shapeshifter that is said to appear in the form of a raven or a wolf. It is often depicted as a sinister and malevolent being that preys on the souls of the dead. In some versions of the myth, valravn is said to have the power to transform into a human form as well. One of the most famous stories involving valravn is the tale of the Valravn's song. In this story, a knight named Axel is lured into a forest by the beautiful voice of a valravn. The valravn promises to reveal a great treasure to Axel if he can correctly answer a riddle. Axel succeeds in answering the riddle, but the valravn tricks him and takes his soul instead. According to Danish folklore recorded in the late 1800s, when a king or chieftain was killed in battle and not found and buried, ravens came and ate him. The ravens became valravn. The valravn that ate the king's heart gained human knowledge and could perform great malicious acts, could lead people astray, had superhuman powers, and were terrible animals. In another account, a valravn is described as a peaceless soul in search of redemption that flies by night, but never day, and can only free itself from its animal countenance by consuming the blood of a child. This is reflected in a Danish traditional song that describes how, after refusing offers of riches, the valravn makes an agreement with a maiden to take her to her betrothed after she promises the valravn her firstborn son. After the agreement, the valravn flies away. In time, the couple have a child and the valravn returns, and asks the maiden if she has forgotten her promise. The valravn takes the child away, and tears into the chest of his one wager and consumes the blood contained within the child's heart. As a result, the valravn transforms into a knight. This traditional song was reinterpreted by the electro-folk band Sorten Mold and became a hit for them in 1997, under the title Ravnen. According to 19th-century scholar Jacob Grimm, the Vilde Rav take exactly the place of the diabolical trold in Danish folk songs. Grimm proposes an Old High German equivalent to the Danish valravn, valravn.